To see how successful my image was, I'm comparing it to a similar image from hit magazine NME, which focuses on the similar genre of rock, alternative, and indie music. The featured artist is the famous Lily Allen, specializing in rock music. My media project should represent an appeal to my target audience social group, similarly to NME magazine. Lighting in my cover picture is natural, giving the picture a more vibrant, contrasting to the white background. However, in the comparison photo, lighting is very artificial, accentuating the pale skin of Lily Allen. This also serves to make it seem that the picture was taken in a studio. Both Lily Allen and my model, Rebecca Ruby, have pale skin because my target audience, emotionals, are commonly known for their pale makeup. They also both have bold, black eye makeup that makes the eyes pop, also typical of the rock genre. Emotionals generally do not wear too much makeup, so both girls are wearing simple makeup to create the effects of pale skin and large, distinguished eyes. The only other makeup is lip gloss on both models. I used a mid shot because this is most common amongst magazine covers and it is reflected in the comparative magazine. This allows for both seeing clothing and accessories on the person and also for the eye contact with the consumer. The model looks straight at the camera to engage with the potential customer, grabbing their attention. I also experimented with angles, and the final cover picture I chose uses a high angle tilt so that we are looking down on the model. I thought this brought the musician down to the level of the reader, so that they seem more able to connect with them, despite the obvious gap in lifestyle. The opposing magazine, NME, has also used this approach, as we are looking down at Lily Allen. The choice to use a high angle was not commonplace in music magazines, however. I feel it has been successful in lowering the musician to the common audience's level. To decide on costume, first I had to find out what emotionals like to wear. As is found in adverts from the magazine and my target audience research, emotionals like to define themselves by ignoring popular fashion in favour of standing out in clothes that are different, expressing their individuality, using stores like Hot Topic and often wearing red or black. I chose a cross-hatch pattern dress, typical of the style, which was tight in shape to emphasise her figure. In comparison, Lily Allen is wearing a loose shirt with a similar print and colour scheme to mine. The shirt does not show her figure, but I believe that the shirt is open further to a V-neck that creates sex appeal, which is a way women are often expressed through music magazines. I chose to use a top hat as an accessory in my photo because the top hat is unusual and adds style to the outfit. I wanted the top hat to be a trademark and to add formality to the singer. This image is used by other artists such as Panic at the Disco with the eccentric hats and My Chemical Romance, who wear suits and marching band costumes that match in different albums to create both style and a personality to link with the album and to the band. The comparison musician wears a single necklace as an accessory, and as with the makeup, is not overdone. This artist does not have a signature piece on the picture, but is wearing an accessory. My artist is using exaggerated gestures, as if she is posing for the camera. However, in contrast, the other artist is not posing, but instead only looking up at the reader. The reason I went for an exaggerated pose is that, in most cases, women in magazines do pose in some way, and the pose is bold and relates to the article, as the camera-framed hands suggest the artist will be in the spotlight. The expression I used was an inquiring look, as it was directed towards the reader. NME magazine also opted for a neutral expression, but in contrast, the artist's lips are parted. Another difference is the hair. In the rival magazine, the hair is the main focus of the picture. However, in my picture, a lot of the hair is covered up by the hat. Though we both opted to straighten the hair, as it is a less obvious and important component of my front cover photo. In summary, I've incorporated concepts that are related to my genre and target audience into the picture, such as the costume, makeup, and while maintaining the parts that distinguish music magazines, including eye contact with the reader and mid-shot composition.